Yeah.
But that also leads me to player rankings. So,
There's a lot of
absurd player rankings. And this one, I think is crazy. So, Stefan Diggs is rated the 10th or 11th best receiver. He's tied with Cooper Kupp at a 90 overall.
Yeah.
He's 31 years of age. He tore his Achilles, I believe, when he played for the Houston Texans, which is like one of the most devastating injuries you can possibly have as a receiver, maybe the most. You know, it impacts your speed and weight that you can turn, so you're running routes. And he's also going to the New England Patriots to be the star. Now, I think him being at a 90 is ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous.
I agree, that's crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, he's higher than Puka Nacua. He's almost there with Devontae Adams at 91. So, like, what is up with the love for Stefan Diggs, the madman?
I don't get that either. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Have you guys seen the Stefan Diggs boat video?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. He was literally saying, what did he say? He said, don't take too much. He gave these
Yeah, and he
girls
gave him back.
He gave him a bag or something. Like, he was totally just dealing out drugs.
Like when he plays for the Patriots of all teams, like a very class, type of team.
Yeah.
They wouldn't put up with that, and then
Yeah.
their biggest star, the best player on their Madden roster right now.
That's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's crazy. The one that I thought was absolutely nuts, Brad, you're going to agree with this. Isaiah Likely is a 78 overall.
Wow.
Way higher.
Dude, you should be like an 88.
Yeah.
Like 10 overall's higher.
They won't let. I mean, the Ravens. If you look at the Ravens, they are like a weird. All their rankings are weird. Like they are. I'm pretty sure they're the highest ranked team, so they're a 93. Mark Andrews is still a 92 overall.
Mhm.
I think he's like the third or fourth best tight end. Like D Hop's an 83.
Yeah.
We'll have Jair Alexander, who will also be like a high overall because
He's a
veteran.
91.
Yeah, 91. So
Yeah.
like the Ravens are the team in
Yeah.
Madden, and it stinks, dude, because I always want to play with the Baltimore when I do franchise and rebuild them. Like, you can't rebuild a team.
Yeah.
They're already too loaded, so it's too easy
Mhm.
to play with my favorite team. And I wish it was like Cleveland,
Yeah.
where they're horrible.
Yeah,
every
you
year.
can do a whole...
It's a real
Yeah.
challenge. It's like
Yeah.
if you to be realistic, you can't even do it in a year. You got to wait
Yeah.
two,
You don't have the money.
No, you
3
don't.
years and forget. Like that's the style.
Yeah. A comparison, though, that I thought was nuts. Zach Ertz is a 79 overall.
Oh,
Wow.
He's rated
Wow.
higher than Isaiah Likely.
that's abysmal. What do you think about that, Zach
I mean,
Ertz fan?
He's washed now.
I mean, he's great to have on your fantasy team because you can say, "My ball, Zach Ertz." That's
Yeah.
your team name, the
Yeah.
classic team name, one of the best.
He had
team
an
names.
alright season when he played, but I don't think he's better than Likely.
Do you have any absurd ratings?
I do
Gino?
actually.
What would
Let me
you-
ask you this: what is your top 5 running back in Madden? Like, what do you think the top 5 ratings are?
In Madden?
Yeah,
Oh,
in
running backs? I don't know off the top of my head. I do know Henry's a 99, which I don't think he should be a 99,
Okay.
but I'm for it.
Henry was
So you got
99.
Saquon,
Saquon was a 99.
Henry,
Mm-hmm. That's 1 and 2.
Joe Mixon.
Josh
Mixon.
Jacobs.
Josh Jacobs.
You said Joe Mixon?
McCaffrey was a 95, I saw.
McCaffrey.
Oh.
Jameer Gibbs.
Yep, he's 5.
What is his
Listen.
rating?
93.
93.
So it's Henry, Saquon, McCaffrey, Mixon, and then Gibbs.
I don't think Mixon is.
I think-
Mixon is crazy.
I think Mixon being at a 94 is absurd.
They love Joe Mixon,
I mean,
baby.
his-
You
stats-
want to know what Bijan's rating is?
Mm.
90.
How is he above Bijan?
He's at
Bijan's
7.
pretty
That's
nice.
crazy.
So it goes Mixon, Gibbs, Jacobs, and Bijan.
Mhm.
I think that's outrageous.
So where would you put Mixon? What overall would Gino rate him in Gino's
Mixon, definitely not higher than Bijan, so like an 80, high 80s.
Mm.
I would flip him. I put Bijan. What was he? 94?
Yeah. Yeah,
And
Bijan 94.
With Joe
Mixon
Mixon,
90.
his stats were ridiculous.
He
last
just,
season.
that's
But he
The
got the ball
Texans-
30 times a game.
They were
Yeah.
only good when they had Joe Mixon.
Yeah,
Yeah.
There was like
that's true.
stats with that. Like their offense revolved around.
I don't
Joe
think he
Mixon.
deserves to be better than Gibbs or Bijan though.
Mm.
Yeah,
what
that's
I'm thinking.
that's
The
crazy.
young dudes, man, they give it to the young dudes. That's also just a factor of Madden.
Jonathan Taylor's not even in the top 10.
Jonathan Taylor. I think Jonathan Taylor's coming for a revenge season this year, but it also is dependent on how bad
Yeah.
the Colts are. But another thing I wanted to talk about being absurd, and my unbiased opinion, Lamar Jackson is a 99 overall, and he did not win MVP in his best season.
You know
I will
Josh-
never let this go. Josh Allen, what is Josh Allen, like a 96?
98.
98?
Yeah.
Okay, well that's close. But still, he's his junior. He's Lamar Jackson's junior. You know what I mean? Like, oh.
I also think someone else is overrated. One of 6 players are 99, or 6 players are 99, and this is one of them. It's Travis Kelce. He's a 99 overall.
Oh, the Travis Kelce hate.
Ooh,
Wow.
Isn't that? That was the first thing that I saw. Was like Travis Kelce.
I missed that. That's crazy. I can't.
Isn't that? I just thought that was outrageous too.
Well, he didn't have 1,000 yards this year, right?
No, I
Yeah.
don't think so. He was hurt too.
Oh.
That's how do you put him a 99 overall coming off like a 900 yards?
Exactly.
The old dudes, man. The
Yeah.
old dudes and the tight ends. And
Crazy.
I think he's coming into his last season as well. I don't see
Yeah.
Travis
Yeah.
What
going
is
much
he?
longer. He's like
36,
35, dude.
35, yeah.
That's super old for being in the NFL and being a tight end who gets the ball as much as him. I mean, like,
Yeah.
I also
very
think
active.
Patrick Mahomes is a little underrated. He's at a 95.
That's what I was gonna say.
oh, Mahomes.
He's not even the highest rated player in his team.
Is he the third highest QB? What are the QB ratings?
Let's see.
Where's Hurts? Is Hurts still being slept on?
That's what I
That's
was.
a
That
good
was my
question.
next thing.
Um,
So it goes Lamar, J.A., Burrow, Patty, holy crap, and then Goff.
Dude, Joe Burrow over Patrick Mahomes.
yeah. That's
Wow.
crazy.
And Brock Purdy at
He's
7.
86. He's the same overall as Justin Herbert and Jane. Oh no, Jane Daniels is 85.
I love seeing Jared Goff get his credit at the 5 spot though.
I don't though.
Right at 88.
I don't.
But isn't that crazy, the drop off between like the big 4 AFC QBs? It's
Yeah.
Lamar, J.A., Joe Burrow, Mahomes,
Yeah.
and then
Yeah.
huge drop off after that point
So,
in terms of quarterbacks.
what do you think about Hurts being an 87?
I mean, I think he's better than Jared Goff.
I think he should be a 92. Like,
Yeah.
I think he should be at
87.
90s.
And I'd put him right at 5. I think that's a good spot.
Yeah,
for
I think
him.
that's good too.
And I think Daniels is better, but I understand why you would put Hurts at 5 now. I think James Daniels is the 5th best quarterback
Mhm.
in the National Football
I
League.
think you can say that after one more year.
And I think that is what will inevitably sort of occur. And I don't see Jaden Daniels getting, too nervous to live up to
Wow.
the pressure. He's very calm.
He's very stoic.
Mhm.
That dude is all about football.
I have a great quarterback question here, though. Is Tua better than CJ Stroud?
No,
No, I don't think
easy,
so.
easily.
You don't think?
No.
He is in Madden football NFL 26.
What are the ratings?
He is rated an 82, while CJ Stroud lays below him at 81, being ranked the 15th best quarterback. Tua is the 4th.
That's crazy.
That's crazy. Last year, what was Stroud? He was like an 88.
Oh yeah, a
Yeah.
lot.
Wow.
He fell off.
Tua is the most bipolar treated quarterback in the
Yeah.
entire NFL. Like, people do not know how to
Yeah.
make up their mind with that guy. Nobody knows if he's good. Nobody knows if he's bad.
Mhm.
Is his receivers get injured? Is he as good? Like, is he injury prone? Like, there's so many question marks with Tua. But when Tua is on, he is
Oh, yeah,
one of the
he's
most
on.
accurate quarterbacks in the entire NFL. In terms of just raw accuracy, he is maybe the most in terms of short passes and stuff. He's
Mm-hmm.
incredible when that offense gets flowing. So I think that's the interesting debate. I think they're sort of equal to each other right now. 14A,
They're probably
14B.
Pretty similar, yeah. I think Stroud's due for a really good season. I think Diggs is a cancer, man.
Yeah, I do
Back
too.
to Diggs.
I do
think
too.
not having Diggs will help him.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I
So
agree.
what do we think in terms of who's going to make the biggest jump this year? What are your guys' predictions? I'll start actually. I have a great prediction. I think that, so we got Chase Brown. I think he's low 80s, maybe high 70s. I predict he will be a top 10, top 8 running back to finish the season. I think he's going to have a monster year. I think the Bengals are going to have one of the best offenses in the NFL. Terrible defense yet again. They're already having problems with it. In a future episode, we'll definitely want to break down what happened with the Bengals and that that they were trying to sign.
Oh,
In
yeah.
that trial, it's
I
very, very
forgot about
fascinating. And then they're also being stingy with Trey Hendrickson.
Mhm.
But where they're not, they will still spend all their money on the offense. Still spend on Jamar Chase, T. Higgins, Joe Burrow. They want people to enjoy watching Bengals games. This offense is going to be electric. Chase Brown's going to be a big component of it. I'm huge on him in fantasy. I'm huge on him and being really good at Madden later on in the year. I think he will be sort of a new age CMC. So that is my bold prediction.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I like that.
I agree. I think Puka being an 88, I think he's going to be mid-90s by the end of the season.
I like that
If he
too.
stays healthy.
How high? How high can Puka go?
I think
I
it's.
think 95, 96.
Yeah, I was gonna say
Ooh.
95.
I'm a big
so-
Puka guy.
He's a
Like,
No, I agree with that. Honestly, he's
What
good.
do you think about it? He played 11 games this year, had just under 1,000 yards.
He did
Like-
break 1,000.
He only played 11 games.
I would expect him to.
Yeah.
So.
I think he averaged about 90 yards per game with like
Mhm.
6 or 7 catches.
Yeah.
If he stays healthy, I think he's going to be on
I don't
Oh,
think
yeah.
he will.
Yeah.
I don't think his stats are going to be that crazy this year because Devontae Adams.
I think it's going to help him a little bit.
You think it will help him?
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
it's gonna stop. I think he'll have a great season. I think get like 1,000, but I don't see him. Because if he wants to get to a 95, he's got to be like top 2, top 3
Well,
receiver all year in terms of numbers and
It's
everything.
doable.
You think so? He
Oh,
played,
he can't do it.
He played 3 of his games like pretty hurt, and
That's
he still
true.
had like 1,000 yards and only played 11 games.
Mhm.
Give him 6 more games, completely healthy.
Yeah.
All those games completely healthy. I don't know. I'm a
Yeah.
big Puka guy.
But would you still draft Puka
Yeah.
in the first round in fantasy or second round?
I would do
think
it in
he's
the
a
second.
Yeah, second rounder.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Bold.
Dude, Matt Stafford's back there. I mean, he's gonna throw to his receivers.
What is your prediction, Gino?
I have a few. So I think Baker's underrated. He's an 83.
Yeah, dude, Baker starts out low. Guys, put some respect on Baker's name.
I think he'll be high 80s end of the year. I mean, he had a great year last year, and he upgraded at receiver too. So I think he will definitely have a little upgrade. And then I think Jalen Carter's also gonna have a good year too. He's an 87. I know that's pretty high, but I think
I'm
he's.
surprised the guy was looking at the Eagles
Mm.
game.
I just know that he was rated a little low, in my opinion. I think that.
I think Carter might be the best
I
D
think-
tackle like as
Yeah.
of next year.
I think he'd be mid 90s even.
Mm-hmm.
Those are the two that were brought to my attention, but.
Oh, we got lots of predictions.